Gonna have you beat quite a lot. And we're getting the speech play. You know what they say about live poker, if they're talking, they always have it. Thanks for joining, folks. We are halfway through the Coin Poker PLO Cash Game World Championship. I am hanging on in there. If I finish in the top 20, I will come dressed as a newly anointed wizard to the next live stream game at the Hippo. But if I fail to finish in the top 20, I will come dressed as a giant inflatable dinosaur. And let's face it, that would be a lot more fun. Happy to pile this in here. Obviously. Versus the squeeze. And SPR 0.5 to get all the money in on almost any flop. Hopefully we haven't walked into kings. Nice to win the first. Nice to win both. All right, happy days. Unfortunately, we're going to hit and run these guys because this isn't a particularly good table. Bye, guys. Thanks for the double up. I had aces and I got my money in, and now I'm going. Bye. This table here, we opened this. We flopped well. Could go a little bit larger. Half pot seems okay. We do get check raised. Obviously, we're going nowhere. Just going to play this as a call for now. That is a nice turn. And I think we will just play this as a call, keep his bluffs in. And he's checked to us on the flush completing river. We are going to go all in and hope to get looked up. And we do. Happy days, he had a flush. There is a reason why this guy's tagged in purple. We're just going to call this. Not super excited to take this hand multi-way. Start with a check here. Two tricky customers here, Bobby and Ambest. That is a very good turn. I actually think I'm going to come out here. Bet. I've got mixed feelings about this sizing. It's probably not correct. I don't think we do much potting in multi-way, especially after checking the flop. It's definitely a hand that could have gone for a check raise. Now I'm just going to go pot again. I think on the turn, if we are betting this, it probably should be going a smaller sizing. I think half makes sense. I think the line I've taken, I just don't feel like I can have enough bluffs that way. And the best plays well. It's making his river decisions quite easy, just going pot, turn, pot, river. It's probably quite an easy fold for him. So I don't love that line. I think probably the players bet smaller on the turn. This is an interesting hand. So we squeezed, everyone called, we flopped top set, relatively low SPR, and I have a hand on another table as well. I'm gonna go small here, back quarter. I need some presets. Could check this. It's gonna be hard to get action from anything other than hands that beat me, especially given I've got a 10 in my hand, so probably check works better. Obviously not going anywhere, and assuming I'm gonna get shown the nuts and hope to get there. Yeah, I think four-way probably this just has to be a check. Sad times, but what are you going to do? SPR's low. Any tips for 6 cards? Well, actually a lot of my play has been 6 cards, for better or worse. There are very few people, I would say, that play it well. There's not that much out there to study. The game isn't that prevalent outside of London casinos. So most people don't play it that well. Most people play it too loosely. I think the biggest tip I would say is play tighter pre-flop than everyone else, and you'll automatically have an advantage because it is a game of thin margins, of piling in money with a slight equity advantage over your opponents. It pays to play tighter. Not loving this spot already, but we are going to call, completing the action, 3-way on the button, and we are going to flop quite nicely. That is an above average flop. The second nut straight is actually not a hand that gets bet a lot with the straight flush draw. With the nut flush draw, definitely would bet it when check to, but ordinarily the second nut straight or non-nut straights are not played that aggressively without backup. Even versus a bet on this board, we're not loving things. This is obviously a terrible turn. We will probably have to fold. This is kind of gross, but that's just how it is. He's gonna have you beat quite a lot. And we're getting the speech play. You know what they say about live poker, if they're talking, they always have it. I'm gonna find a fold here. Sometimes we get shown the same hand, sometimes we get shown a flush draw, but it's kind of hard to be winning, I think, here, and we're not getting the odds to draw to our straight flush. So we're going to fold if he's sad face. Nice hand, sir. Nice hand. Versus 2/3 in the sandwich. We're going to call and hope to improve. Don't love it four-way, but am tempted to bluff here. We've got all the king six and all the queen six. And I think this is one of the worst hands that we show up here with that has good blockers. We're going to go half pot shove river, I think. And hopefully he doesn't level himself into the call. I have no idea who this is. They obviously know who I am. I'm going to assume good, but some people will level themselves into the call when they bet small and get raised. I mean, it would be a good call in this case. Yeah, I mean, it kind of sucks to... Okay, here's where the live reads come in. I mean, I actually just think I'm getting called here. Sometimes you have to give up even when theory says follow through. And good read. Okay, hang on, what's going on here? That's one of those spots where, yeah, I think my live experience comes in. I don't know if it's timings or if people find it hard enough to, if people generally find it hard to continue there with hands that aren't really strong once you raise the turn. I'm a big believer, and okay, this isn't going to translate as much to online as it is live, but you do have to trust your gut, especially when you've been playing for a long time. There's a reason why you get these feelings. You might not be able to articulate what's going on, but there's enough going on subconsciously that you pick up on. You do have to trust yourself on these ones and back yourself, and don't just follow through with the theory play because theory says you have to do it. I had a plan, but I deviated from it. Maybe the turn raise was bad, but at least I aborted on the river. Good give up. So yes, the spidey senses. Thanks for keeping us entertained on a Sunday when under the weather, champion. My pleasure. I am glad to be here. What better way to spend a rainy Sunday when feeling a little bit shit than playing some online pokers? We're going to start bluffing now, I think, with this particular hand. We do get called. We do turn a boat. And now with the underfall, it's interesting because a majority of the time he is going to have an ace here. And can we value bet this hand for 2 streets? If so, what sizing? Pot feels just too ambitious. I don't know what Theoryland says here. I know Solwood never goes nuts with bottom full. I think this is just a spot where it's a hard one. With the 10, I think we just go small, and I'm just playing this hand exploitatively. I think we just go small and try and target the ace king, ace queens that won't want to fold for that. Who knows? Raises one pre-flop, check back that flop, and again we're not betting the turn. Question now will be, do we go for value on the river? Or do we call a bet? I don't think we're folding. And we'll see what up against. Went for pot with the straight, fair enough, but not a hand we're going to fold there. Things definitely going against us today, decision-wise. Folding to all the bluffs, calling to the value bets, so maybe not quite as on it today, or maybe just distribution. Hey ho, kind of want to check raise, but maybe it's bad. Pair, pocket pair, future straight blockers, and we do get the call. I think this is one we shut down now. I think it's one that we like to win on the flop or improve on the turn with to keep betting. I think now we're done. But I'm not even sure if it was good flop raise. Now the 7's somewhat relevant, but kind of hard to represent a straight having check raised the flop. I think I'd rather have 10. I'd rather have stronger blockers. We still beat 5-6. I can't, but he's not going to let us show down this. Feels close. Probably should be bluffing it, and he did have top and bottom. he probably should fold because the 6s hurt his hand. It's much harder for me to have a bluff. I think he probably has to fold the turn with that one. Yeah, interesting hand. Got to give up with some of our flop check raise bluffs. That felt like a good one to give up with. But then maybe we should be betting the river because we are never winning, or never being allowed to win with 7s there. So probably should find a river bet. Called this 3 ways out of the big blind. Not going to come out firing. I'm going to raise versus this opponent, and arguably it's a good raise anyway. Going to go slightly less than pot, an appropriate river shove. I could have gone slightly smaller than that, but I think that's fine. Hopefully Soyboy hasn't woken up with aces behind, and hopefully I have the winning hand, and hopefully I get called. I mean, a little bit of silly things to say. Hopefully we have good hands and win monies, obviously. How about we don't hope for things? How about we just make good decisions? Yes? This is an interesting one. Very sadly, just going to have to pitch this. Such a pretty hand, but I just going to have to go in the bin, I think. And I don't think this is the one to be overcalling with. I don't think this is the one to be 4-betting with. Just got to have a little funeral and pop it in the bin. Cold 4-bet the ace 10 9 9 double. Yeah. It felt like that. I might just have a little. Let's have a little look. It is indeed the old cold 4. Yes. Oof. Another one that could fall into the cold 4-bet category, but probably is just going to get thrown in the bin. Ace Jack 7 6. I mean, it could be. It could. Well, I think I would like these to be slightly more bunched up in the middle. I think this is close. Go on. Let's throw it in. Let's throw it in there. See if we've got some fold equity. Don't know. Don't know if I like this. It might be a little smidge too wide. Having passed up on the ace 10 9 9 double earlier, which was a slam dunk 4-bet, we've probably gone a slightly too wide now, and maybe we get punished by Ravishev. But since he's in the chat, let's give him a bit of loose action. And obviously we pile it in with top pair at this SPR, and hopefully we're flipping, or hopefully we get fold. That would be amazing. Oh, fucking hell, we're 3-handed. This is an absolute punt. I thought we'd got heads up. This is an absolute punt, 3-handed. This is horrific. I can just check this and decide based on the action behind me. This is a punt. This is the problem with playing stream and chatting and being tired. Just missing out on what's going on. Yeah, it's just, this is a torch. I'm probably dead. 25%. I mean, I was very lucky to have 25% 3-way there, I think. And we win a side pot. That was a punt. All right, that one can make the highlight reels for sure. This tired ill dinosaur has been clicking buttons somewhat today, putting a rare losing session into the database. 250 hands, -3 buy-ins. Yeah, that was our worst session so far, which isn't saying much because it's been essentially all green. But yeah, didn't cover myself in glory that time, but that's okay. We will come back. I will see you next time for more on the road from Dinosaur to Wizard. Take care.